What's up, Arizona? You're watching 12 Sports tonight on 12 Plus. I'm Cameron Cox. We're going to catch up with the rest of the crew here in just a moment. Every week, come hang out with us, talking all things Arizona sports. We're going to tell you the important stories, the ones that matter, and introduce you to people that inspire. This is 12 Sports tonight, Arizona's OG and longest running sports show, streaming on 12 Plus. Here we go.
Kenny, why stay loyal to ASU?
I mean, I love this place. Like I said, Is that a long enough pause? But this place is it's a special place to me.
By the way, that was so much better than going full Wolf of Wall Street in that moment. You know, loyalty is a powerful thing, especially when you see it in sports. And head coach Kenny Dillingham just made it very clear. He is staying at ASU. The reasons, I get it, hard for outsiders to understand because they go beyond football. They are rooted in family, friends, community. Then when it comes to football, well, the job's not done. Yes, schools like Michigan want it, but Dilly wants to be here. Plus, ASU continues to expand their support for athletics, for football, and Kenny's contract.
And I will say, I believe the university is fighting, scratching, and clawing to stay not just competitive, but try to stay a program that can compete for championships. And that's always something that I'm striving to drive for. I know where I stand. I know what I want. And you know, as a leader of a group, it's my job to take care of groups of people and to do right by groups of people, not just, you know, Kenny Dillingham.
Doug, Kenny Dillingham has said a lot of great things in his time at ASU. That last part right there, my job to take care of groups of people over Kenny Dillingham, to me is maybe the most meaningful thing he has said. What is what he said this past few days say to you?
It says to me that the only way he leaves a college job is if the day comes that he doesn't think ASU is going to compete. And it will have nothing to do with him. It will have to do with the people that are above him. And as of right now, he has told me personally, both on and somewhat off the record, that he totally believes in the people above him. The new athletic director, Graham Rossini, is light years ahead of the previous athletic director. And Dr. Crow has started to see the light on what athletics can bring to this university. ASU is in the best spot it's been in 20 years.
Yeah, Doug, just think about it. They keep building on those sellouts.
Yes.
It's a long process, a 10 to 15 year probably thing to get this program to other programs, but they're on the path. Keep building it. Be patient.
They're doing everything right, but keep this in mind. It never stops. Yeah. A lot of you might think, okay, we've arrived. No. As soon as Texas Tech saw what ASU did in 2024, what did they do? Spent out the wazoo, and they won 2025. The transfer portal now means one thing: cash. And if you don't have it, you usually don't get the guy you want. So you must keep donating. You must stay engaged if you're an ASU fan.
All right, Sam Levitt, of course, intending to enter the transfer portal, Doug. We all know that. Any names stick out to you that would be a dream scenario to replace him, whether it's a guy on the roster in the portal or, you know, Levitt? Would you welcome that?
Well, yeah. I mean, the number one.
Welcome him back?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The number one quarterback in the portal is Sam Levitt because he's the one that knows the offense better than anybody. If Lenora Sellers out of South Carolina actually decides to leave, you could keep an eye on him. I think Bailey at NC State, he's 6'6", moves well. I think if he had the magic of learning the Arroyo system under Kenny Dillingham, I think there could be some magic there.
So no Bryce Underwood?
I'm fine with that, but that's not crazy. Well, wouldn't that be funny? They don't get our coach and we get their quarterback. I'll play your little game.
Yeah, we'll do that, right? Dillingham also says that Jeff Sims going to be the starter for the bowl game. What do you think that says to the team to reward the senior, by the way, to give him that opportunity to go into the bowl game like that?
I think it says when you work as hard as you possibly can during the season, you'll get rewarded irrelevant of what comes up after the season. I love it. Is it bad for the 2026 Sun Devils? Yes, it is. You should be starting other young quarterbacks to get a read on them, but that's not fair to the 2025 team that earned this bowl game. I love what Kenny's doing. Again, what does it show? Loyalty.
Yeah, and it's a two-way street there, right, Doug?
Amen.
Jeff Sims got him to this point. Let him finish. You'll have some packages for Cam Dyer, too, as well. You'll see what you got.
And he cares enough about the young man to know he doesn't want to go out the way he did. He was terrible against U of A, say it, but he's a great kid. Give him another chance to end on a positive note.
Tim, your reaction to what Kenny said after practice?
Oh, it's from the heart. And, you know, for for Kenny Dillingham, home is where the heart is. Look, I don't think if there was just a regular ASU coach who came from someplace else and had a couple of good runs here season-wise, and Michigan came calling, I'm pretty sure he'd be gone. But Kenny Dillingham obviously feels very, very close to this program and to this community. And for him to bail after 3 seasons, I don't think it's in his DNA. I don't think he can pull the trigger on that. One thing I want to say about Kenny Dillingham in terms of trying to fix ASU and get it to where it needs to be. Kenny Dillingham grew up here, right? Went to SHAP, went to ASU.
Yeah.
I'm sure Kenny Dillingham was like the rest of us. Why can't ASU be good?
He said that.
He may have uttered the words as a kid, sleeping giant.
Yeah.
But now imagine he's the guy in charge to actually fix it, to actually get it to where he and so many other people thought it could eventually get to. Imagine, he's got the keys.
Yeah.
He can do that. It's his responsibility. So all those feelings and emotions that he had as an ASU football fan growing up, he's now in charge.
Yeah.
He can actually get it to where it needs to be. And that's got to be a very powerful and emotional draw and responsibility for him. And I'm sure that is what's keeping him in Tempe. Maybe not forever, but for now, as Kobe Bryant would say, job's not done.
I'm starting to think there's something to this Dillingham rumor mill thing because it won't go away. I mean, he keeps saying no, and the story lives on.
Well,
somebody's getting tipped somewhere.
The thing is, I think fans are waiting for him to say the magic words, I'm not going to Michigan, but I don't think he's going to say that. I mean, it's hard for a coach to say that because really in the volatile, evolving landscape of college sports, loyalty comes at a high price, really. And you look at a guy like Kenny Dillingham, who said since day one, and if you don't know about Kenny Dillingham, he grew up here, he went to Chaparral High School, he met his wife here, he lives down the street from his parents, he went to ASU, he brought on his high school coach to join his college program. So he is loyal to everything Arizona State.
He's a local guy.
Local guy.
Coaching at the highest level collegiately you can in the Valley.
Absolutely, and turning a program around. But there is concern among the fan base, both at Michigan and among Sun Devil Nation, that this reported contract negotiation has met a disconnect, perhaps, because KD could be out the door. It's not that the money isn't right for him, it's that it might not meet the needs of some of his support staff.
But real quickly, didn't he just sign a new contract? I thought like last year.
Last year, he just
got a new contract.
Absolutely, but he told us a few days ago that there's been talks with his team since the end of the Territorial Cup to maybe work through an updated contract. What that looks like remains to be seen, but earlier today, Dillingham was asked straight up, are you glad to have the Michigan stuff behind you now and move forward? Take a listen to what he said.
I think my job is to try to do whatever I can for the people that are with me, right? The people that are in the foxhole, the coaches that are in the foxhole with me, is I got to do whatever I can to fight for those people, for my family, for everything from that perspective. I love it here. I've said that since day one. That's absolutely never changing. Absolutely never changing. So yeah, that piece is never changing. You know, this is such a new era of college football. It's changed in the last 36 to 24 months, it's changed. The last 24 to 12 months, it's changed. And the last 12 months, it's probably had its biggest jump in change. I really believe that, just in terms of how people operate and how it's going. So much change. You just got to be willing to adapt into these settings.
Yeah, so it is
Translation, Lena?
Well, to me, listen, I'm not in Kenny Dillingham's head. I don't know what the contract negotiations are looking like, but I hear that as Dillingham's trying to take care of those around him, the assistant coaches, the staff. We heard last year he gave his bonus to members of his support staff. That's just the kind of guy he is. So he's trying to build the program and resources around him to be successful. He said a couple days ago, it's not about what's best for Kenny Dillingham. It's about caring for those around him, from the athletes to the coaches. But this could also be a little bit of leverage, right? If you're going through negotiations and you're not saying no, you're not saying yes, you're a hot commodity here in college football, one of the bright offensive minds. You have inroads with a bunch of programs in the SEC, at Oregon. I mean, you're looking at elite programs looking for an elite coach. Kenny Dillingham has proven to be that here at Arizona State with maybe limited resources, limited NIL funding when you look at some of the more competitive
and if
programs.
you look at Michigan, I would imagine it's probably one of the most well-funded programs in the country.
However, it's one of the programs in disarray right now, completely, with the Sharon Moore investigation and everything.
Fired their coach.
Cheating scandal with the Harbaugh era. So why leave a good thing here, right? They could build a statue for Kenny Dillingham if he continues to trend in a positive direction. Again, this is home for him.
He could buy his own statue, though.
Yeah.
He goes to Michigan.
Well,
made out of gold.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know who will be playing on January 8th, but when you look at the 12-team playoff bracket, what intrigues you, what excites you about what we could see?
Well, having a semifinal back again for the first time in 3 years. The last one we had, TCU and Michigan, came down to the last minute. Big upset, and so we're expecting equally as competitive a game.
The big schools, Arizona and Arizona State, will go on to their respective bowl games, but here in the Valley, the Fiesta Bowl has been around for several decades, since 1971. So many classic games and matchups and fan bases represented. What makes this such a big sports tradition in Arizona, and why is it so special?
Well, I think to your point, we've seen matchups that you wouldn't normally see. I mean, TCU and Michigan in our last semifinal, they had never played before. If you think about the Boise State-Oklahoma game, which is one of our classics in 2007, these kinds of matchups that you don't see all the time, I think is one of the things that makes our game really special. It's also the Valley, right? I mean, it's a great time to be here. People come from all over the country. Many people, like myself as the East Coaster, who knew very little about this place, come here and realize there's so much to Arizona, so much to see and experience, and it makes them want to come back.
Absolutely, and they sometimes practice in Tempe, they play out in Glendale, they get out into the community, of course, but that's not the only bowl game here in the Valley. We've got the Rate Bowl just down the street at Chase Field. We know who's going to be playing there. Minnesota, New Mexico. What do you make of that matchup, and what do those two fan bases bring to the Valley?
We're super excited about that. Minnesota was here in 2021. They showed up and showed out for that game. New Mexico is a resurgent program. They were 9-3 this year in a four-way tie in the Mountain West Conference, and so their fans are excited to come out here. Had the highest attendance increase in the FBS this year, almost 58%. So we think those folks will show up, and the Minnesotans are trying to get away from the cold.
The losses are just piling up. Listen, if they lose out, they're going to set a franchise record with 14 straight losses in the regular season. Like, that just makes my head hurt. When you look at this team, is it more injuries? What's the reason for the slide?
Well, everybody should be blamed, okay? I don't want to use any excuse. Everybody should be blamed. You got a quarterback that can't read defenses in Kyler Murray. Luckily, that's been replaced. You have a coaching staff that does struggle with some clock management issues. You have special teamers that practice catching with their face masks. I just want you to notice one thing, that when injuries are this bad, everybody that says the losses are piling up, I ask, what do you want? This is
they don't have the horses.
Look at this. This will show it to you. Week 1, New Orleans Saints. Granted, the Saints are bad, but they get a win. See all these names in white? Now let's look at today's starting lineup, okay? When you see today's starting lineup, we have 4. We have 4 that have made it. And this one here, with all due respect, Isaiah Adams was demoted and then got his starting job back because somebody else got hurt. That's the difference. So when you say Jonathan Gannon should be fired, listen, nobody should defend it, but at the same time, what coach is winning with this as a starting lineup?
There's a reality. It feels like a practice squad roster.
Exactly.
Right, across the board.
Exactly.
Now, Doug, listen, the people on Twitter were going back at me with this. Like, the defense is not as banged up, right? Yes, you're missing Mac Wilson. I think that's really hurt them.
If I put that same graphic up, you've lost 3 out of the 11, so not as bad.
Jalen Thompson, Rabbit wasn't playing today. So, I mean, but what's the excuse for the defense? What's the deal with the defense right now?
Well, let's take an example of the highlights that you went through. 2 guys running it into each other. We had a corner that's giving up inside leverage. That's the play. He expects safety help. Budda Baker's the one that screwed that up. And I guarantee you, what is Budda doing? He's doing the Cardinals' sin. He's trying to do 3 people's job at the same time.
He's worried about
because
playing middle linebacker, trying to help people out.
And
you don't know
that's
the
how you get that.
responsibilities people are got going on.
Right. He knows what his job is, but what happens is he tries to do everybody else's job, and that's kind of the major problem. So, no, the defense shouldn't be this bad, but they went into the year with super young corners who then got hurt. The talent just isn't there.
Yeah, and I mean, Will Johnson, I mean, you knew he was going to hit a rookie wall at some point.
Absolutely.
Remember, they lost 2 corners before they even barely got into training camp by any means, so you knew the back end.
And they didn't expect this much of the young corners that early because of the point you just made.
Exactly. All right, let's talk about Jonathan Gannon. Get this, 2 more losses for JG at the helm, and he'll be 2 of the 5 worst seasons in Cardinals history. So how much runway does he have left? Does he have any runway left?
The answer is still yes. I think he does, and here's why. Because do you think Michael Bidwill is going to go on another coaching search and pay another coach to do nothing like he did the last coach and like he did the last coach before that? I think the answer is he's going to look at that chart I just put up and decide, I'll give JG 1 more year.
That's tough, man. What are you selling to your fan base next year?
Nothing.
What hope is there to get people?
There really is.
Really invest in this team. I think it's going to be really empty next Sunday when they host the Falcons.
I pretty much do too, but here's the catch. Why would somebody look at it in years past and act like there was that much hope? I mean, under Michael Bidwell, there hasn't been a lot of hope.
Yeah, they need to do something else. We'll see how it all kind of plays out as the season keeps rolling along. Suns go on to lose this game 116-114. Joining us here in studio, Doug Franz, host of the Doug Franz Unplugged podcast, our insider. Dougie, listen, take me through that play. Obviously, Dylan was not happy. He didn't get the call on the shot. LeBron should have probably been called for the foul. But you can't bump him like that right in front of the rest. But those two have been doing it all game.
They've been doing it all game. Earlier in the game, LeBron went through with a shot, and it was typical because that's LeBron. It can't be a flagrant foul, but it would have been a flagrant foul on every other single member not named Stephon Curry in the entire league. So they already missed that one. They missed a series of other fouls, but on this specific play, should have been a foul on James without a shadow of a doubt, and you should have had Dillon Brooks at the line. However, you're right.
Yeah.
Once that happens, listen, Brooks is fantastic at getting emotion that the other team doesn't want to show. He's fantastic at bringing out the emotion from his own team. A lot of those things are good, but at that moment, that play, it became about Dillon Brooks and not about the team, and that cost him the game.
All right, and then, of course, right after that, so the Suns had the lead after that moment. Dillon Brooks gave them the lead. But then, of course, the very next sequence kind of down the floor, LeBron James going up to shoot a three. Devin Booker gets called for the foul while he was shooting. LeBron goes to the free throw line, makes 2 free throws. Lakers take the lead, basically go on to win the game. What did you make of that call by Devin Booker? Or what did you make of that play by Devin Booker? Was it a foul? Was it not? It didn't sound like Book agreed with that after the game.
I didn't like the foul call. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. The reason why is when you're dribbling or when you're on your uptake, the ball and the hand are the same thing. And I felt like it was all Book on LeBron's hand. But if he did get wrist, then that is a foul. It is that fine of a line. I didn't like the call, but I understand why it was made. My other issue, though, is, hey, Book, let him shoot. It's LeBron James. He does not hit threes at that rate. Just get up in his grill and you would have been fine.
Book has to know better in that.
He does.
Like he was too close in that situation.
Absolutely.
Situation.
Yeah,
right?
he does. I mean, that's on Book. I mean, he should have known better.
All right, what'd you make of the matchup?
I
That
loved every
felt
second
like
of it.
an unbelievable game.
Keep in mind, there's still no Jalen Green, and this was still Book's first game back. He had more minutes in reserve that they didn't use him for because it was his first game back. So you see a team down by 20, it was 80-77, and then boom, Lakers exploded, and the Suns, like they've done all year, never gave up. This team is worth the price of admission. This team is going to the playoffs, and then when you combine that with the way ASU and U of A are playing, this is now a basketball state.
And there is nobody more excited for basketball in general than Doug Franz.
Amen.
Doug, you appreciate the time.
Anytime. Let's shoot.
Time to announce our Sweet Play of the Year. Listen, we want to thank everyone who voted. We had 11 regular season winners. This poll has totaled around 2 million votes the past 2 years. That's just unheard of. And after a bunch of votes this past month, we have a winner, folks. We have one play that has stood above all else. The winner is, who is it? Congrats to ALA Queen Creek's Rex Curtis. Yes, let's go. This was, of course, in their big Thursday night win over Queen Creek back in Week 8. Rex with the interception, complete with the now famous fever dance there at the end. The moves, the agility, the awareness. He even switched hands. Rex, by the way, won with 72% of the vote. Our friend Adam Beadle capturing this amazing moment on the sidelines. Muhammad from Sweet James. Muhammad, we are so thankful to do this partnership once again, to have you here in studio for a second year, and the winner of the Sweet Play of the Year, Rex Curtis from ALA Queen Creek. Rex, take us through the emotions. What's it like watching that back and knowing you're the winner?
I mean, it really is it's a dream come true, really. It was a screenplay, so the running back leaked out to the backfield. And I kind of saw the quarterback spy on him a little bit, so I had to, I had to jump through. Luckily, I caught the ball, and I had to get in the end zone from there.
What are you thinking running, man? Look, he's like a running back. You switched hands too as well.
Yeah, I know. I felt someone behind me, so I was like, run, you know.
Where'd the dance come from?
Comes from one of my favorite NFL players, Dexter Lawrence. They call it the sexy Dexy.
When did you plan to do the dance?
It was always like a few weeks before. I told my mom, I'm like, I saw like a reel on it. I'm like, if I get a big play this year, I'm gonna hit this. So I had to hit it.
At Sweet James, we are proud to award this scholarship to a truly deserving student athlete who whose dedication, discipline, and sportsmanship stand out both on and off the field. Earning Sweet Play of the Year is a testament to your hard work and remarkable talent, but it's your character and commitment to excellence that make this even more meaningful. We're excited to support your academic and athletic journey, and we look forward to seeing all that you will accomplish in the future. Congratulations.
Hey, let's go. Mom, Dad, brother, come on in here. Can we hit the move together?
Yes.
Here we, all the family, come on, get in here. Ready? The Sweet Play of the Year. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Woo!
Joining us now in studio to accept his award, Roy Oliver III. Family's here to have this award in your name and to carry on your family's legacy in football. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot because the great players that won this award, like Terrell Suggs, he won it, so seeing my work pay off like this is really great.
Yeah, really cool to see you so young achieve this success. How were you able to have so much success so young? Who helped you sharpen your game?
Probably my dad when I reclassed. We took training really serious that year, and to play varsity as a freshman, that was the goal. So that training paid off, and I'm able to show it on the field.
Absolutely. You lit it up. I mean, we were calling your name multiple times every Friday night. If you had to pick one touchdown, one of your favorite plays, what is it? What game was it?
Probably the 87-yard against Pinnacle, because I caught a hitch and then I stiff-armed their linebacker and then took it to the house, so it was a great feeling.
That feels pretty good, right? When you tell a guy, get off me, you just book it to the end zone. Really cool to see. How do you follow up a performance like this? What's next? How do you train and prepare to better yourself as a junior next year?
I just want to try and get bigger because I want to be more physical. That's what I told my coaches, so I just got to keep lifting and just keep putting in that work.
Yeah, getting it in the gym. Do you have any receivers or any players professionally or college that you model your game after that you aspire to be like?
I'd probably say Jamar Chase, because when he gets the ball in his hand, he can just make a play and take it 90 yards to a touchdown.
Yeah, he's speedy too.
Yeah.
All right, well, what's next? How do you celebrate? What's your message to the Hamilton community as well?
That we're going to go win the state championship next year, and the job's not finished because I'm not settling for a semifinal loss again.
Job's not finished. Roy Oliver III, talking big game as our Offensive Player of the Year. Congratulations, Roy.
Thank you.
And here to accept his award, Zethus. You are the third Liberty player since 2022 to win this award. What does it say about what you're building in the West Valley and just your performance on that defense?
Oh, man, it's just plan to be dominant over there. That's our goal every single year, every day. When we take it one day at a time, it's just amazing to be able to keep stacking it for Liberty.
Absolutely. Following up Hudson Dunn, your teammate, with this award, do you have a favorite play, a sack, an interception, a pass defended that you really go to when you think about your senior season?
I think my previous pick six against Basha, open safe semis.
Yeah, that was exciting. That kind of set the tone really for that game and what you're going to bring to Tempe moving forward. To finally sign, you committed last year, but to have the reception from Sun Devil Nation, what's that been like for you to experience?
It's been great overall since they've been starting recruiting me freshman year. I mean, they've been consistent with everything. I'm just blessed to be able to stay home and play in front of my family and friends.
Yeah, and what does this award mean to your family? They're here to have them be so close to see you play at the next level. How important and meaningful is that?
Oh man, it means a lot. Everything we work for throughout the years since 4 years old. Honestly, man, we've been working. They stayed on me, and I just appreciate them so much to put me in a position to achieve something like this.
Absolutely. We're taking a look at that pick six from Basha. But what's next for you? Are you going to go to ASU early, get some time to relax? What's it look like moving forward?
I should be in ASU in January.
All right, so getting ready for spring ball already.
Yep.
He's got the pitchfork. That's Zethus. You'll be seeing him getting down at Mountain America Stadium. Congratulations, Zeth.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Coach Alcantar here at Studio First. Coach, I've known you a long time, my friend. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Listen, I know you got a lot of people that have helped you accomplish this, so I'll give the floor to you. What does it mean to win this award, and what thoughts run through your mind?
Man, it's tough, man, because it's not one coach, man. Any good coach is going to tell you it's the staff, it's the teachers, it's the admin, it's the students, it's the players. It should be everybody included in that trophy. It's not one person, man, because without those people, none of this is possible. None of this can happen. And when you surround yourself with good people, man, makes it happen. So I'm thankful for the award, but it's for all of us, not just me.
So talk to me about the people there, Coach. How thankful you, everybody at Canyon View. And I know you coach with a lot of friends that you've known really your whole life here in the Valley.
Yeah, man, I've been blessed to keep the same staff for 10+ years. Some of those guys, some new guys, some guys we picked up from other schools that are just awesome people, man, that are good for everybody. You talk about a faculty, teachers that are all our games, our administration, all our games, our students, packed the house. If you guys saw that, Sundell Stadium, it was packed, man. It's a blessing just to be there, man. Even our chaplain too, and our boosters, man. We're so thankful to have all the people we have.
How'd you flip it, Coach? How'd you go from 3 wins to the state title game?
We flipped it. It wasn't me, man. We did it, man. We brought the buy-in, and I preach family, man. That's what I was always been taught. It's we before me, and you bring in the family, you bring in that culture, and if you're willing to do anything for a brother, man, it's easy to go out and win.
You mentioned family. I've had a chance to meet your family, and I got a chance to meet your dad before he passed away. I was at your house, with your dad when he went viral for holding up his leg during the game at Sun Devil Stadium,
My
right?
pop, man.
I heard you say you just wanted your dad to be proud of you when you advanced to a state title game. What is your family and your dad kind of meant to your journey? There's this famous leg, right?
Yeah, man. No, my dad coached for 30-some years, man. He's been a blessing to the community, to Peoria, and he always talked about family being first, and you do the right thing first before you want to do what you want to do, and you make sure it's a blessing to everybody else before it's before you, and that's how we were raised, man. My dad's my hero, and I hope I made him proud.
I definitely know you made him proud. You want to say hi to Mom real quick? I know Mom's watching.
What's up, Mom?
Hey, Mom. How you doing?
Waiting for those tamales when we get home, Mom.
Oh, tamales. Big Coach of the Year tamales. It tastes even better. J.R. Alcantara here in studio. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for everything you guys do, too, man. Appreciate you guys.
No, thank you, Coach. That'll do it for us. Thank you so much for watching 12 Sports tonight on 12+. Join us every week as we look back at some of the best moments, stories, and topics in Arizona sports. I'm Cameron Cox. Good night. God bless.